things you should consider. Your personal belief, social, cultural, and religious. Bear that in mind. And number two, and most important for this discussion, is your own duty and responsibility as professionals. So pag gano'n na usapan, ano ang hahanapin natin? Yung code of ethics nyo. Hinagilat ko pa yan kagabi ng madaling araw. Kasi ang haba ng code of ethics ninyo. Eh, ang tsatsaga, ang sisipag ng mga nurses gumawa ng code of ethics, pwede na lang naman do no harm. Tapos, di ba? Do no harm. Ito, ang haba ng code of ethics ninyo. Pag nakalagay na yung code of ethics, gumaya tuloy sa inyo mga doktor, ang haba na rin ng code of ethics. Pag nakalagay yung sa code of ethics, we will now follow, siguro kabisado na ng mga nurses to, kasi fourth year kayo lahat, di ba? Tama. So, kabisado na nila yung code of ethics nila. Tama, di ba? So, alin sa code of ethics ang dapat yung tandaan na may correlation or there is a correlation or there is a link to the RH bill. Ibig sabihin ito, di ba pag ang code of ethics violate mo, patay ka, administratibo, PRC, tanggal lisensya. Something to that effect. Immoral conduct or conduct unbecoming a professional or a nursing professional. So, dapat, alamin niyo kung alin yung mga provisions sa Code of Ethics niyo na babangga sa RH Bill. Ito, Article 2, Registered Nurses and the People. Consider the individuality and totality of patients when they administer care. Respect the spiritual beliefs and practices of patients regarding diet and treatment. Taking into consideration the culture and values of patients in providing nursing care. So, nakalagay sa Code of Ethics ninyo. Ibig sabihin, kahit pa hindi nyo gusto yung gusto ng pasyente, since para mga consideration ng pasyente, re-respetuhin ninyo. Okay? Re-respetuhin ninyo. Kung kaya nyo, kung ano, hindi nyo po pwedeng, ay, huwag mo nang gawin yan. Huwag ka nang mag-oral contraceptive. Hindi po pwede yun. Unless it is medically indicated. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, ano ba yung IUD? Ano yan? Sabi nila, ano yan? Legal yan? Hindi. Abortifacient. Pag gumanon kayo, you are violating your own code because you are not respecting the beliefs and the right of your patients. Next, please. Registered nurses and practice. Registered nurses are the advocates of the patient. They shall take appropriate steps to safeguard their rights and privileges. Saan kayo lulugar? If, for example, another healthcare provider, a doctor, a midwife, who tells a patient, hindi kita bibigyan ng condom, hindi kita bibigyan ng oral contraceptive, kasi bawal sa akin yan, ayoko yan. Narinig nyo as nurses, nakalagay sa Code of Ethics nyo, pasyente nyo rin yun, ha? Nakalagay sa Code of Ethics nyo is safeguard their rights and privileges. Nakalagay sa RH Bill, kailangan silang ma-inform. At free access, free uninterrupted access to all reproductive healthcare devices, etc. Ano gagawin ninyo? Ngayon, safeguard niyo yung right ng pasyente ninyo, kahit naniniwala kayo sa sinasabi ng doktor, lalapit pa rin kayo. Sasabihin niyo na, doktor, kailangan kong paliwanag natin sa kanila lahat yan kasi napunta po yan sa batas. Oh, so pumasok yan sa Code of Ethics ninyo. Of course, there are channels for you to do it, hindi yung harapan. Or, kayo na mismo mag-a-advocate sa pasyente, well, it is your right, so sasabihin pa rin namin sa inyo na ito ang pwede nyo makuha, ito ang mga reproductive healthcare devices na pwede nyo gawin, at pwede nyo gamitin. So, it is part again of your Code of Ethics. Uphold the patient's right when conflict arises regarding management and care. Next, please. Section 11. Perform their personal duties in conformity with existing laws, rules, regulations, measures, and generally accepted principles of moral conduct and proper decorum. Kaya nga, I established the premise, if it becomes a law, it is against your code of ethics if you do not follow it. Because under your code of ethics, you should perform your duties in conformity with an existing law. If it becomes a law, you have to conform to it. So if you violate it, it is against your code of ethics, you are thus liable to be administratively charged. Simple, di ba? Next, please. So in conclusion, mabilis lang pala. The reproductive health bill should be approached in relation to one's own belief about life and all its intricacies, and based on the dictates and responsibilities imposed by your profession, the nursing profession. So I tell you right now, since you are aware of the provisions of the RH bill, in the absence of any mandated stand by the Philippine Nurses Association, you can make your own. Habang hindi pa siya batas, you can make your own based on your own ethical and moral beliefs, based on your code of ethics and based on your spiritual, cultural, and religious belief. Pero pag naging batas na yan, kailangan may stand kayo. And I would like to advocate also to the leaders of the nursing profession to take a stand habang bill pa lang siya. There are public hearings that are being made in Congress right now. Take a stand, tell them what you know. If you believe what I've said about schools of thought on where does life begin, you tell them about it. Kasi kayo ang hahanapin, kayo ang tatawagin, kayo ang hahanapan ng sagot. Because what they think is, alam natin ito. Because we are healthcare providers. Last question is,
malapit na pala matapos. Gusto mo ako na?
next please. What is my personal stand on the RH bill? What is my personal stand on the RH bill? I'm not gonna tell you. Kasi I have to be, hindi dapat ako magbigay ng opinion. I'm not here to sway you, I'm just here to teach you on the merits of the bill. But the picture next will tell you my stand. Next. That is my kit. 8 months. Cute, no? I will, if your kit is just like that, I can have 10 of it any single time. That is my stand on the RH bill. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free. Kamukha ko, diba? Balik mo. Alam mo, gusto ko lang kailangan ko kasi ng survey. Sa Facebook, yan ang aking profile pic. Nung nilabas niya, kit-kit ng anak mo, kamukha ng nanay. Mga 40 comments, puro kamukha ng nanay. Kamukha ko ba? Oo. May hawig sa akin. Huwag na yung kulay, ha? Talagang hindi ko kulay yan. 2 years ago when I lectured here, wala pa yan. In just 8 months. Okay? So if you have any questions, feel free to ask now or forever hold your peace. Kung gusto niyo ng ganyang anak, okay, mag-walang sige lang ng sige. Alam, meron pala akong para dagdag ko lang, sandali. I have here a Q&A. Para lang, this is actually not part of the deal. Kasi the deal is, kailangan lang mag-ethico-moral. There is an FAQ. There is an FAQ or commonly asked questions kung ano yung mga madalas na pinagtatalunan ng pro-life and pro-choice. So baka gusto nyo malaman lang. Actually, ang problema dito, this is a pro-choice, ay pro-life na question, question and answer. Para lang at least kasi nakita ko ganda ng mga bali-taktakan nila at pag-uusap nila sa tulong. Malakihan mo lang sir. O yun na nga sinabi. What is the pro-life response to abortionist argument? It's not a baby. It's just a blob of tissue. Yan, nasagot ko na. When a woman is pregnant, science tells us that the new life of she carries a completely and fully new human being. Ito is arguments that you could use, ha? O, sinabi na natin yun. It's my body, a woman's choice. Yun, di ba? That is it. That's the essence of pro-choice. It's my body, it's a woman's choice. So next, anong sagot ng mga pro-choice yun? Anong sagot ngayon ng pro-life? Down po, sir. Every mother is faced with profound decision to make herself to make for yourself and your child, but these decisions can never include the right to kill the baby. Mother facing difficult pregnancies require accurate and compassionate information about the facts of fetal development as well as the practical help that is available to them. So there are always answers. Ang sabi ng pro-life, there are always answers to your question of choice. And part of that choice, and not part of that choice is yung abortion. Kasi sa States, if you remember Roe versus Wade, kung narinig niyo yung Roe versus Wade, ginagamit ito sa pelikula. It is the landmark case on abortion. Kwento ko lang. Maaga naman ako, di ba? Tama ba? Pwede pa ako? Can I still talk? Sa Roe versus Wade, yun yung landmark case about abortion. Si Roe, Jane Doe dapat yun. Jane Roe, gusto niya pa-abort yung anak niya. Ayaw niyang ilabas. Sinabi niya ngayon, nakalagay sa batas, nakalagay sa 4th Amendment ng Amerika na I have the right to privacy and I have the right to choose. So, ang sabi ng dinimanda niya ngayon yung Estado, dinimanda niya yung Amerika. Sabi niya, you should provide me the right to abort my baby because this is my body and this is my choice. Doon nagkagulo kasi nanalo siya dun sa kaso yun. Binigyan siya. Ang problema, nailabas niya yung baby kasi tagal naman, ano sa mga husgado, tagal yan. Ang tagal yan eh. 2 years, 3 years, bago natapos yung kaso, 9 months lang yung panganganak. Hindi niya inabort. Kasi bawal yung abort eh. O, kukulong siya. So habang dinidinig yung kaso niya, nanganak siya. Ang ending nun, that is the landmark case that actually set forth the principles of abortion in the 51 states sa Amerika. Meaning, pwede ka nang gumawa ng batas ngayon sa Amerika, sa federal kasi doon eh, kahit bawat state kanya-kanyang batas. Pwede ka nang gumawa ng batas about abortion. Kaya yung ibang mga ibang states sa Amerika, dahil doon sa Roe versus Wade na yan, ang nangyari, meron silang tinatawag na legal abortion based on time. Embryonic period 9 weeks. If you do the abortion before 9 weeks to some, or before 6 months to some, it's legal. Yun yung sinasabi nila. It's legal. Kasi ayun nga, pro-choice, it's my choice, it's my body. O pag may mga incest, etc. Or alam naman nila may congenital deformity, or alam naman nila hindi masusurvive up to its natural existence or lifespan, they can abort.